All right, it is the DownbeachBUZZ Podcast for June 6, 2025 with Sherry Lilienfeld of eXp Realty, whether it's Ventnor, Margate, Longport, Brigantine, real estate, that's her bag. Reach out to Sherry at eXp Realty. That's realtysherry.com. And Paul Scollage is the man. He's the senior VP of mortgages for rate.com. Buy a home, refinance, rate quote. That's Paul Scollage from rate.com. Gold. Remember, at one time he was kicking field goals for the Barons. So he has a backup plan just in case he gets too rich and famous. He can buy at the Barons and take it national, right? Is that it, Paul?
Look at that. Look at that hair.
Is that you? I thought it was one of the Backstreet Boys, man, just coming in with a game.
Had a high top fade.
So you can see I'm doing a little background preparation for your introduction. Is that good?
Love it.
Money moves like a TikTok.
All right, you got to stop messing around here. Here we go. So let's start off with Paul Z, Senior Vice President of Mortgage Lending for Rate.com. What's the deal, Paul? What is the latest on the mortgage and financing front for real estate?
We're still in this rut. It's bizarre to think that over the last 18 months we've been the inconsistent rates. One day they're drastic changing certain things where you're in the low six one week you're in the high sixes, low sevens. The volatility is really serious over the last 18 months. Right now things are settling down. The tariff situation has definitely helped out. Long term, I think we're going to be in a right spot. However, the inconsistency right now is real. I think a 30-year fixed rate depending on credit and still going to be in the upper 6%. So I think it's still a good time to purchase because of having less competition right now. So the rates in some cases might be higher than what you anticipated or what you wanted. It still gives an opportunity to have less competition. We lost him. There he is.
We're right here. Any questions for Paul? Sherry Lilienfeld of eXp Realty. How does it affect your business day to day as a realtor on the street?
It's different here. Definitely very limited in our inventory. But I really feel it's a buyer's market right now because there's a lot of these properties sitting and not a lot of buyers buying right now. So definitely go out and buy.
And Paul, I think that you have some time deadlines, or do you have a few more minutes to?
Yeah, I do. I think what you want to do as a buyer, you want to put yourself in the best position to win in certain situations. The competitiveness market in PA is a little bit different than in Jersey, but as a buyer, you want yourself in terms of how qualified you are and as competitive as possible. We're seeing up in our market, that are a little bit in New Jersey where buyers are waiving mortgage conditions, they're waiving the appraisal, they're waiving everything in order to get a deal done. And it's hard for buyers right now in this market because of lack of things that are uncharacteristic. As a buyer right now, I know it's challenging. But there's less competition in some cases just because of how high the rates are right now. If you have the ability to afford a payment a little higher than you anticipate, please know that there will be an unbelievable refinance within the next 18 months.
Yeah, I think we're having a little bit of a technical problem with Paul's mic, but maybe we'll fix that and for the next time. But Paul, I believe that you are back to closing some deals. You got 11:30 meeting. Anything else? How can people reach you, and why would somebody want to reach out to you, Paul Scollage of Rate.com?
Yeah, obviously you can reach me at 267-255-1660 or paul.scollage@rate.com. I'm just putting people in position to be qualified and strengthen every offer move forward. So I apologize here, but I appreciate everyone, guys.
You're busier than a one-armed paper hanger, as we say. So Paul Scollage of Rate.com. Paul, have a great one, man. We'll talk
to you guys. Thank
very
you.
soon. Thanks, man. All right. All right, Sherry Lilienfeld.
Hey.
You sound better now. I think when both of you have your mics up without headphones, I think that's what causes a bit of a hollow sounding, I think.
I was muting my mic.
Yeah. So we'll all get some headphones because I like when you put headphones on. You look very professional and you're ready to be serious, a serious podcaster. Maybe you don't need them now, but.
No.
All right. So coming up, Cher, why don't we just go to the next topic? So I can't wait to tell you about all the people that attended the Margate Commission meeting last night. That's June 5, 2025. And during public comment, if I'm not mistaken, I just listened to the very beginning of the audio. It was unlistenable last night. It's so quiet, I have to tweak it. They have to really work on recording the audio of the Margate Commission meetings. But I can see why they don't want to work too hard on that one, because if people can actually listen in all the time, in real time, and maybe call in, it'd be an S show, if you know what I mean. And people were angry about the noisy bars. I call it the return of the Barbary Coast. And we also have some video. Ted Greenberg's everywhere with the Hart guitars being stolen and then recovered. Sherry makes a special appearance. And Paul, Ted Greenberg as well from NBC 10. He's covering a story about that Presbyterian church, if I'm not mistaken, where Sister Jean's had a soup kitchen in Atlantic City, right across from Hard Rock. They're saving the sandstone of that historic building and bringing it to the I think it's called the Smithsonian Castle, but we'll get to that. Just wanted to let you know what we're working on right now. So I'll kick on some slides. Let's go to the next one, Sherry Lilienfeld. Do you like this slide? You think Mayor Collins and Commissioner Horn appreciate the return of Margate's Barbary Coast, this graphic? You know, they worked so hard in getting rid of this. Margate back in the day, maybe 10, 15 years ago, they worked hard to get rid of this stuff, but it's all making a comeback. And your thoughts, Miss Lilienfeld?
I love your graphic. On the top left. And the top right. That's top right. Very graphic. But unfortunately, it is complaining about. They are saying this is what is happening. I can't believe people behave this way.
Yeah, let's.
I ever found out doing this stuff.
Yeah, we have to get. We're gonna have to fix your audio. So I'm gonna end this stream and we'll start it back up again, okay? Because it's really not good. So,
okay.
But we'll stop it. We'll come right back.